But I want to finish making these cards so that I can see what the rest of the game is about, you know what I mean? But ready for more? Yes. How have you found the ceremony so far? Do you want to review any elements before continuing? Respectfully, it's a little loud for me, so we're just gonna turn it down ever so slightly just because it's loud for me. Probably means it's loud for you guys, but I don't think so. It was pretty basic stuff. Understood. What's the matter? You're not as chipper as usual. Ah yes, I'm sorry. Fire is usually my favorite lesson, and it marks the final step before our contract becomes effective, which I'm looking forward to. But I have a bad feeling about this. That's odd. Based on your act and all so far, I thought you enjoyed the threat of dire consequences. Oh, of course I do. That kind of adrenaline is my favorite thing in the cosmos. What is it then? We're just gonna... tiny bit more. What is it then? Look, you're right. I better stop dwelling on silly worries and focus on our training. I'm just moody for some reason. It's not silly. What do you say we look into it with our cards after we finish today's lesson? That might be a good idea. That's one of the perks of being summoned by a fortune teller. The fortune teller. Fortuna's the only fortune teller there is. So true. You're on. It'll be a good challenge as the final test for this new deck. That's the Abramar I know. Abramar. Still don't really know how to pronounce this man's name. I need you sharp for the final lesson. Fire it is, then. This element is usually feared by most and yearned by those with ill will. But fire is more versatile than most magic practitioners think it is. Fire represents adversity, battle, everything that's against you. Fire is challenge, intimidation, the fuel of every battle. Fire is your wrath. Fire is conflict. Exactly. But don't just dwell on the negative aspects of that definition. Conflict also means growth. The only time fire is bad is when you're on the losing side, and even in defeat there's a great deal of growth. We are the living example of that. Haha. Master your fire, and you will conquer anything the cosmos throws at you. To tell you the truth, I'm more intimidated by water. I'm actually quite fond of fire. Ha 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 ha. Maybe that's why we get along so well. Now, the final contract. This answer will affect your fate profoundly. For the fire seal, what will you sacrifice to access my magic? Oops. I bunked into my mic. I'm so sorry. My immortality, the Coven, or the life of whoever I love the most. Oh god. What are we sacrificing? Well, if we sacrifice our immortality, then in my brain, that's kind of like... that kind of sucks. You know, because we won't live long enough to fully appreciate it, I feel like. If it's the Coven... that kind of sucks because I have old friends, you know, and I think beforehand I was like, no, I'm not really angry at them. So to turn around and to sacrifice them is insane. And then the life of whoever I love the most is wild. We don't know who Fortuna loves the most, but oh god, this is a very hard question. I'm not saying my immortality. What will you sacrifice to access my magic? Let's just say the Coven. Because hopefully it doesn't mean, like, kill them. Hopefully it just means give up. You know, sacrificing. The Coven. Wow, that's brutal. Why? It doesn't mean they'll all die. They could just disband, right? Yes, or they could be absorbed by a more powerful Coven. Or they could all fuse into a single, all-too-powerful witch. I've seen it happen. There are many possibilities, but still, to use everyone you know as a payment is wild. Do you want to reconsider? Okay, what if... am I allowed to answer differently to see what the other one is? The life of whoever I love the most. That's a harsh one. I've seen other witches choose to sacrifice the person they love, and it always hurts more than they expect. This will leave an everlasting dent in your soul. Do you want to reconsider? Okay, and then if I choose my immortality, what do you say? Oh wow, are you sure about that? You'll live a maximum of another 60 years after you pay the price. Plus, you won't be able to live in space anymore. You'll have to go down to Earth and live among humans. Do you want to reconsider? I'm gonna stick with the Coven. I know that's a messed up choice. But that was my first answer. It will be my final answer. As you wish. I will etch your decision into the cosmic wheel and pray it doesn't break you apart when the time comes to pay the price. Brace yourself. Ooh, red gem. I'm very excited. Can't breathe. This pain, it burns. It's breaking my atoms apart. I love it. Help me. Fortuna? I don't like that the music stopped. Oh. Okay. Abramar? Ooh. We're on a beach. Fortuna! Ooh, I like the fit. Are you telling me we're just now, like, officially starting the game? Who is that? Hello? Who is that? Ooh, who is that? Oh. What is that? Oh, I don't like that. That looks scary. Now I'm starting to rethink my Coven decision. I will be honest here. Oh. Oh, Abramar ate them. Summoning. Complete Abramar ceremony. Wake up. Fortuna, wake up. Chapter 1. Arbitrage. Okay. What just happened? What is this? What's in my window? Has that always been there? What happened? Sorry, I had to wake you up. You've been asleep for a couple of days. You dropped dead after we sealed the fire contract. I thought it might be too much, so I let you rest. I feel dizzy. I had the weirdest dreams. Oh yeah? What about? Can't remember, but it felt premonitory. Premonition. Premonitory. There you go. Figured it out eventually. I feel bad for waking you up, but you have some business to attend to. What do you mean? Look at the window. You've got a visitor. I knew that wasn't there before. That falcon. That's a familiar from an arbiter. What's an arbiter? The arbitrage office is an organism composed of former witches unaffiliated with any coven that ensures no witch is operating outside the laws of the Magic Pact. They also rule over conflicts between different covens and rarely interfere with internal affairs. Okay. It was founded about 4,000 years ago, so it makes sense you don't know them? Yeah, this happened during my slumber. Why were they created? Oh, you know. Well, both the Arbiters and the Magical Pact were created after an especially bloody witch war that ended with our coven burning 87 witches inside of a white star. My god. Maybe it's a good thing I sacrificed the coven. Brutal. To avoid future atrocities, some witches vowed to stop using magic and focus exclusively on keeping the peace. In the beginning, it was a group of devotees who wanted to avoid tragedy, but nowadays it's mainly composed of outcasts that have to serve the arbitrage office as a lifelong punishment. Slumber. Wow, things have gotten a lot bleaker since I was last put to sleep. This all happened before my time, but I'm more afraid of having witch wars than witch cops. Are you? Well, I guess if you sacrifice 80, whatever it was, 87 witches in a white star, I would also be a little bit worried about a witch war versus a witch cop. And what do you think the Arbiter wants? Maybe they noticed I summoned you? That's impossible. My arts are untraceable. Then there's only one way to find out. Let's invite her over. Sure, I'll make myself invisible whenever you get a visit. Also, you have some energy pooled from sealing the fire contract in case you want to expand your deck before inviting the Arbiter over. Oh, okay. Okay, plus I still owe you a reading, right? Oh, don't worry about it. There will be time for that. Okay, but you're not off the hook. We'll look into what worries you eventually. As if I could escape you. So, we're not going to do the bird just yet. We're going to make our brand new card. One moment, bird. It looks like either the bird's wearing a helmet with like a little feather on top, or it just has like an extra feather on top of its head. And it's adorable. Okay, so we have to make a fire one, which is the red. I know the bird's right there, but we have to make another card. That's the whole point of the game. Well, I honestly have no idea what the point of the game is. That's the bird from Huntrix. You know, I truly would not be surprised. Um, okay, so we can use. I want to kind of focus on like a fire card versus like fire and earth. I think this one was earth. Maybe this one. No, fire, earth, air, water. That's what it was. So we have a quicksand graveyard. We have the demonic desert lands, home of Dahlia, the daggersmith witch. The white sands are cursed. Earth sediments wake up and transform into bone daemons. Dahlia hunts them and use their bodies and innards to craft ceremonial knives. That's kind of messed up, Dahlia, but okay. Ooh, I like that one. The charred battlefield. War is meaningless. Okay. I wish we could see the expanded card. I also wish the music was playing again, because it's very quiet. Is that a V? VY Canis Majoris? The forbidden behemoth was once imprisoned at the core of this red supergiant. That would be kind of funny to make a card and then read him a card and be like, hey, look, this is where you were locked away for millennias. It doesn't. Oh, we had one more. Defrenia, a city of blacksmiths built inside a skeleton of a titanic behemoth. The bone marrow of the fallen beast burns for eons, so their forges are always alight. You know, I kind of like that one, but that's kind of messed up. We're not gonna do that one because it's mainly Earth. So I'm in between the graveyard and the planet. Or the well, I think I'm in between this one and the planet. Because the graveyard's kind of just well, the graveyard is a lot more fire. And there's also a giant sun. And that if that doesn't scream fire, I don't know what does. Okay, let's do the graveyard. Graveyard. Okay. Now we need to find more fire. Sidereal lovers. A goddess in love with a sidereal snake. I have no idea what that word is. An ever-burning passion that shatters the fabric of the void. What else do we got? Ooh, that's a lot of fire. Pyre for the heretic. Oh my god. You know, this would probably be good in the graveyard. Although humanity has a long history of witch burning, they never actually managed to burn a real witch. Honestly, that would look pretty cool in the graveyard, I'm not gonna lie. What else is fiery? This one's kind of fiery. Oh yeah, the fallen hero. They can only be killed by corruption. I think we almost went with her once. I kind of want to do this one. The pyre. Because it fits the vibe of the graveyard. Can you imagine if you burned witches in an actual graveyard? That's kind of messed up. It's like, hey, we don't gotta transport you far to bury you. The purple-blooded seeker. It has 2 fire, but also has 2 earth. The last coyote gunslinger. Out to hunt down the scions of the purple blood. Behemoth. She feeds on their blood and extends her life to prolong her never-ending vengeance. That sounds like a her problem. Yeah, I think I'm gonna... Where'd it go? I think I am gonna do the pyre. Just because I have a vision. But now we only have 3 left. 3 fires left. And we have 8. I'm pretty sure the sand-colored one was Earth. So we have the asteroid, which we can get, because we got 3. When an asteroid's born, it's written in its core where and when it'll crash. They bring fire and change. Oh, a candle. A candle. Oh, A candle in a graveyard with a pyre? With the fire? Listen, my brain is concocting things, and I kind of like it. Oh, that's a sledgehammer. Fire whip of dominance? Hello? My god. Igniting saber. Blades made out of demon bones that can light on fire if you whisper the name of the beast they came from. I like this one because it's mainly flames. And then I can put like this sword in the pyre or something. A blue. Oh, wait! This one's ghosts! Eyes for the night, pain for the wraith. Wait, that one's ghosts. I kind of want the ghosts. What was that called? Blue light torch. Hunter Witch Rifle. Witches that specialize in hunting magical beasts often turn their wands into rifles. That's insane. Honestly, I know I said the, where was it? The fire sword? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? The fire sword for the fire, you know, the fire vibes. But, like, the ghosts in the graveyard? I don't know. Okay, so, God, this thing is huge. Hold on. You guys are very big. I need you to be smaller. So we have this whole area to work with, which I wish you could see when you pick the card, but like, whatever. I think we're going to try to pick an area that's like fairly open, but also has graves, but also like you can see the sun. Because I want to put the pyre down. You know? And I assume this is a pyre, even though it looks like a broom. Let's do, like, with the sun in, like, the corner. Hold on. I want to see which... No, please. I want to see which side looks better. Because if the sun's in the right corner, it's, like, mainly graves. But then if the sun's in the left corner, there's, like, a little bit of room to work with. So I think that's where I'm going to put it. Just do like a little sun in the corner. Like we used to draw when we were kids. And you put like sunnies on it. Beautiful. Okay. A big pyre. Not super big. But big enough. The way that you have to adjust these things is so hard. Gotta put the ghosts in the building on the left. So unfortunately, I can only pick, like, a specific spot. But since this has, like, bones, I was thinking... It has a couple of bones there. I might scoot it over a little bit. I might put the ghosts on top of the bones, like they're coming out of the bones, if that makes sense. And then put that kind of, like, in the background. This looks pretty gosh darn good. Oops. I can't lie. I like it. It definitely gives fire. It gives kind of more hauntingness than fire. But as it goes. Okay, Sinner's Rebirth. Overflowing with hate and regret, the quicksand taints its visitors, setting what scares you on fire. The light of the blue flames bring forth trouble. The overstimulated fire energy becomes a cleansing power, death and rebirth. Meanings, judgment test, rivalry, tragedy, change, rebirth. You know? I kind of like it. I think this is a good card. I love how they said you used way too much gosh darn fire energy. But you done good, kid. Wow. Okay, cool. Now we can talk to the bird. We can talk to the little three-eyed K-pop demon hunter bird. Hopefully, he's not here to yell at me. Oh! Oh, I was right. It's like a little hat. Thank you. Dear Fortuna, my name is Thea, and I write to you from the arbitrage office. I'm still struggling with that word. Your personal situation caught the attention of my supervisors, who tasked me with reviewing your case. I would like to interview you regarding your exile and write a plea to your Coven's leader to revisit the case if we judge the punishment to be excessive. Yours faithfully, Thea, Arbiter Badge 210, rank Waxing Crescent. Invite? Not yet? Wait. Can I not read your fortune yet? Okay, I guess we'll invite Thea. Oh my god. Hello, ma'am. Person. Hello. Oh my god, she's so cute. Thanks for I'm in love. She's adorable. She looks so nice. Thanks for having me. My name is Thea, Arbiter Badge 210. Thank you for coming, Arbiter. I like her hat. Very official. I really appreciate the office paying attention to my case. I've been isolated for 200 years so far. That's precisely why I'm here. See, and then the music kicks back up again, so I don't know what to do. The arbitrage office recently discovered your situation, and we're worried it may go awry for the community. Excessive punishment beget rancor, and 1,000-year-long exile, that's the perfect recipe to build up a lot of bad blood. And we all know what a witch can do with the surplus of bad blood. Uh-oh, she's upsetty. I'm assuming the 87 witches murdered inside of a white star. But I am here to help you. Let me know about your case and we'll look for a way to make you feel better. Thank you. I already have a meeting with Adana, leader of your witch clan. Adana told me that you predicted the fall of your coven. She explained to me that she didn't punish you for that, though. She punished you because of how you handled it. Apparently, you plunged the coven into chaos, giving ill advice to any witch, telling them to prepare for the end times. Well, I mean, a warning's a warning. You know, I'm just warning. Okay, eventually death will happen. I'm not the one in charge of how or why it'll happen. I can only warn. You know what I'm saying? And apparently, those actions almost destroyed the coven before its time. Well, that's literally not my fault. That's the coven's fault, I guess. But how many warnings is too many? Honestly, that is true. It really depends, but I feel like Fortuna was mainly just like, yeah, the coven's gonna die and we can't do anything about it. And then the coven overreacted. You know. A real, like Bruno from Encanto vibe of him going, yeah, here's your future for you. And then everyone just freaking out because they're like, wait, I didn't actually want to know that, you know. But who knows? We don't know for sure. We just know Fortuna is exiled. So she decided to exile you and deprive you of your deck so you can meditate on the range and meaning of your powers. Now that's the official version. I'm interested in what you have to say. Do you think what you did was wrong? No, a premonition that grave should be disclosed to the community. Yes, I should have gone to Adana first. Well, so basically what it sounds like is she really was just like, hey, I had a premonition that we're all gonna die. And then the coven freaked out. You know. This is what that sounds like. So it's like, because I agree, everyone should know that we're about to die. But it's also like how for human beings, we know that eventually like the sun is gonna implode and we're all gonna die, but that's in like 3 billion years or whatever, 3 million years. So like it's not gonna happen in our lifetime, and those that freak out about it, that's like their own problem. So no, it should be disclosed to the community. Yeah. Oh, I don't like that she's writing that down. You don't agree with your... Oh, God. You don't agree with your leader's judgment. That is not dangerous, per se, but it's a bad ingredient to add to the pot of imprisonment. What would you have done, then? If the end were nigh, you'd like to know, right? I shouldn't give my opinion. I have to act as a neutral party, Fortuna. Next question. Am I trying to do this to help me get out of here? Question mark. Because the note wasn't very clear. It was just like, hey, I'm gonna visit you. And I was like, okay. Do you think your punishment is fair? No. 1,000 years for telling people that they're gonna die is actually insane. And the fact we've already been here for 200 years, like, I get it, but maybe a 200-year sentence would be fine. Because it's not only banishment, but she took away my deck. So I couldn't tell the future anymore. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be truthful. Absolutely not. This is way too excessive. I understand. Hardly anyone would accept this kind of sentence. How are you coping with centuries of isolation? This is horrible. Help me, please. At first it was hard, but now I think I can manage. That one's true. You know, especially now that we have Abramar. So I think I can manage. I assume. I don't know. Fortuna hasn't really said. Wow, you are strong. Fortuna hasn't really said. She just said she's bored and she wants out now. I'll see what I can do to improve your situation. I can leave less worry about you doing something drastic, right? Yes, I believe so. I still don't understand why Adana deprived you of your tarot deck. That's what I'm saying. I mean, if you're isolated, why does she care if you have your magic or not? That's something I'm supposed to reflect on while exiled. It's a pity because I'd have loved to have my fortune read. Anyway, before I leave, as an arbiter, I'm obliged to ask. Anything to confess? Actually, I am crafting a new deck for divination. Oh, wow! That's bold. But I don't think what you're doing is illegal. Adana took your tarot deck from you, but she doesn't have authority over your new creations. Yet. I'm sure she won't be happy to hear it, though. You don't need to report to Adana, right? I trust in the office's neutrality. Of course, unless you break the magical pact or it becomes relevant during a trial, we won't disclose sensitive information from our investigation. In any case, what I'm crafting isn't a tarot deck, it's something new. Oh, really? Can I see it? Would you like a reading? As an arbiter, it is my duty to make sure that your new project doesn't break the magical pact, so I would love a reading very much. Yes, please. It'll be my pleasure. So, I think that's why I'm like, this punishment sucks. Because Adana did not have to take away her deck. She could have banished her. 1,000 years is way too excessive. But she did not have to take away her magic. You know, because I'm sure Fortuna would have accepted the punishment and not try to find a way out if she had her magic, but whatever. Is there something you want to ask? I want to know what's in the future regarding my career as an arbiter. Very well. I'm going to draw 2 cards for you. The first one to look for opportunities and good omens, and the second's to warn you about possible challenges or adversities. That's scary. Would you prefer not to know? No, please, go ahead. Alright, here we go. See, this is the part that I like. Ooh, the Coven! This one's good. Leadership, purpose, justice, predestination, and luck. Magic Post Office controls the flux of information, strong avatar for justice, imbued with purpose. It puts this revelation in front of many eyes. Hurricane of air will stir luck and call for the unexpected. So that's the good. It definitely says that you are going to be promoted because it's about leadership. So you're going to be promoted to a higher rank. You'll make a very important arrest. It'll be someone from my coven. You are going to play a crucial role in future politics within the witch community. So... Aww. Can I look at it again? Nope. I have to memorize it. So, this card is like mainly about luck and growth and leadership. So I definitely think she's gonna be promoted. I think doing this one, you'll make a very important arrest. It'll be someone in my coven. I think that one is kind of like, it's gonna turn the tide for myself, you know, as a witch. I'm gonna do the politics one because that's pretty leadership. Of course she's gonna be promoted to a higher rank, but this one's pretty leadership, and also I get 3 more air gems. You're gonna play a crucial role in future politics within the witch community. What? I shouldn't. We arbiters are a neutral party. Maybe it's something that falls into your line of duty. Maybe your splendid job as an arbiter puts something misshapen back on track. Ah, that's great to hear. This is all speculation at this point, but what the cards let me see clearly is that it's specifically you who will play a crucial role in the future. Ah, the pressure. Okay. I'm looking forward to it. Nice. And then this will help me make more cards. Westward energies. This is our Earth card. The Titans of the Quarry reinforce the Arcana with their ore, symbol of the haughty guardian. Gold shovels, a symbol of determination. Excessive Earth energy can lead to immobility. Guardian ego, happiness, indifference, or stagnation. So probably being like content in her role or not caring is the vibe. You'll suffer a critical permanent injury or wound. Don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. That's a dang lie. Well, this isn't anything like the card, because the card is just stagnant indifference. The card isn't injury or wound. So I guess she'll be alright? Question mark? Don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. Oh, that's it? What can I say? Some people are born under a lucky star, which is what the Coven said. The Coven was luck. I wouldn't call myself a lucky person, though. If I was, I wouldn't have ended up as an arbiter. Why would you say that? Aren't you happy? Well, I do enjoy my job, but I didn't willingly become an arbiter. I miss so many things from being a normal witch, like dating and all that, you know? I'm sorry. It's alright. It's what I deserve. Oh, dang. Can I ask why? Actually, you can't. An arbiter's background is classified. Ah, gotcha. Happy to know nothing grave will happen in the near future anyways. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you for the stuff. Well, what do you think of my new deck? Whoa. What is this? I want to be adored. Oh, this is what I asked Abramar for when I made my air card. My air card? Yeah, my air card. That was amazing and a bit scary, but mostly amazing. Thanks. Tee-hee. Your gift could be a very valuable asset for our office. It's a crime that you're imprisoned here. Well, I shouldn't position myself in such matters. At least, not that strongly. Hee-hee. In any case, it's an objective truth that your skills are wasted on this forsaken rock. Yeah, as it goes. Now, as an arbiter, I can't simply overrule Adana's sentence, but I am going to lift the ban on visitation. Oh, how kind! Wow, can you really do that? I just requested a permit from the main office. It'll become effective as soon as my arbiter's notebook gets updated with a moon stamp. Huh? Arbitrage forms are updated in the Master Grimoire as soon as my pen touches the paper. All of what I've written so far is actually in the office archives. You girls sure are efficient, huh? There are witch covens all over the universe. We can't afford to be traveling back and forth to the moon temple all the time. Makes sense. Okay, oh. And it's official. You can now receive guests on your cute asteroid home. Ah, this makes me happier than I can express. Tee-hee-hee-hee-hee-hee, tee-hee. You deserve this. I'm just happy to ease your pain. Thank you very much. I'm just doing my job. Do you want me to let your coven know? Just let Jasmine and Dahlia know for now. I'm not ready to go public yet. It's been 200 years. I understand. I'll send a falcon to each of them. Thanks again. Well, I should be going now. It's been a pleasure to meet you, and thanks for the reading. Take care. Let me know if there's any trouble. Bye. So, when I'm reading... Oh, and there she goes.